Portugal is one of the most popular holiday destinations for Brits, having great weather and being one of the cheapest European hotspots. I moved to Lisbon myself 3 years ago, being tempted by the beautiful city. And visitor numbers to Lisbon have surged following the pandemic. Tourist stays in Portugal rose by more than 80% last year, so it can be easy to fall into the city's tourist trap. I was the same when I first moved here, so quickly learn from the locals how to scout out good value for money. Now a fully fledged Lisboeta, here are the big mistakes to avoid so you don't spend all your cash. Ditch tourist restaurants for traditional tascas. There are loads of great spots in Lisbon to eat, but some of the most affordable are family-run restaurants called tascas, much preferred by locals. Prices will vary, and it will depend on how many of you are tucking into the sharing dishes, but it's possible to eat for as little as €20, £17.61, per person, including drinks. Make sure to pick the local favorites such as arroz de pato, duck rice, and bacalhau à brás, a popular dish based around cod and potatoes, normally served in huge portions. My personal favorite tascas are o velho eurico and a nossa casa, the latter of which serves up Portuguese food in more of a tapas style, called petiscos, so you can try several things in one sitting. Just make sure to book ahead, or get there early, which in Portuguese time is before 8:30 p.m. A rooftop bar can be tempting, and pricey, with cocktails as much as £13. Instead, head to one of Lisbon's pretty quiosques, usually found in parks, squares, or at viewpoints. Serving cheap drinks and snacks through their windows, you can grab a local beer for €1.50, £1.32, a glass of wine for €3, £2.64, and a caipirinha, a traditional Brazilian cocktail, for €5, £4.40. Many have free live music, with my favorites being in Estrela Garden, beside the Santa Catarina viewpoint, and on the Ribeira das Nas promenade, which also has deck chairs. Go on the famous yellow tram, but only once. The famous yellow trams, which have been in operation in Lisbon since 1873, are one of the city's most iconic sights. They are certainly worth a ride for the novelty aspect, but they aren't the cheapest, costing €3, £2.64, for a single ticket, and won't take you far, as well as likely to be very busy. To get around, you should instead use the local bus, which costs around €1.50, £1.20, instead, or opt for an Uber or Bolt if traveling as a group. Fado restaurants are popular with tourists, where you can watch live performances of the famous Portuguese music. Many restaurants in the neighborhood of Alfama, where Fado originates, will serve you dinner to the soundtrack of a performance, often along with overpriced food and an additional fee for the Fado. There are a number of spots where you can see it for free. Check out Tasco do Chico, 8 p.m. show, Solido, 8 p.m. show, and Pavo, shows Tuesday to Sunday between 8:30 p.m. and 11 p.m. Just a little outside Lisbon you can find incredible beaches for relaxing in the sunshine and cooling off in the sea. While there are many that are accessible by train along the Rio Tejo River, when you get there they can be a little on the pricey side if you want to hire a sun lounger, which are around €25, £22, for half a day. Instead, head across the iconic Ponte 25 de Abril Bridge and past the Cristo Rei statue to Costa de Caparica, where you can find a sun lounger for €20, £17.61, for the whole day at Irmão Beach Club. While most things in Lisbon are never more than a 30-minute walk away, you can save a fortune on accommodation if you are happy to up your step count a bit. If you prefer a hotel, then there is Moxie Lisbon City, a 10-minute walk from Parque Eduardo 7, which has a hip vibe, along with a pool on its rooftop, for £81 per room per night. For hostels, check out Home Lisbon Hostel, with beds and mixed dorms for around £30, or the trendy Salina Lisbon with dorm beds from £37, which even has a pool and rooftop bar. Or opt for an apartment. Altido has 130 affordable apartments in the Lisbon area, including in Lapa, Santa Catarina, Alfama and Pina, which start £50 a night. One of the best things about visiting Lisbon is the close proximity of its airport to the center of the city, as it's just a 20-minute drive. However, airport taxi drivers have been known to charge as much as €40, £35.23, for a one-way trip into central Lisbon. Instead, head to the metro station and take the Aeroporto Saldanha line, which costs just €1.45, £1.28, and carriages even have air conditioning and phone reception. If you really want to take a taxi, then skip the airport operators and go for an Uber of Bolt, found at the Kiss and Fly car park and cost €10, £8.81.